Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Samuel.
And I'm the co-host, Kenny. Let's go get this bread. You know what holiday's coming up here in a couple days?
Well, I mean, Hanukkah already happened, so is
Kwanzaa. No, it's Christmas. Come on.
Oh, Christmas.
Come on,
yeah, I knew that for sure. So what's so special about Christmas?
Well, Christmas is the most beautiful holiday, man. We got classic Christmas movies, man, like Elf, The Grinch, Jim Carrey's Grinch, man.
Yes,
Best.
it's classic.
Polar Express.
Oh, yes, hot chocolate. All aboard!
Hot, hey, we got it. Hot, oh, we got it. Hot.
Okay,
yeah, we got
looking
it.
back at it, The Polar Express is a really creepy movie. Like, it's literally about this little boy who wakes up, gets on a train with freaking Tom Hanks as the conductor, and then they go to he says they're taking him to the North Pole, and there's a bunch of other little kids. Now, if that doesn't sound like a crime that begins with the word, actually it's two words.
Adoption.
I can't think of it. Yes, it sounds like an adoption scheme.
That's an adoption scheme.
Yes. I wouldn't know anything about adoption, but,
I am an expert in the subject matter.
Yes, you are adopted because nobody loved you. Anyway.
One thing that confused me about the Polar Express, does it ever explain who the heck that guy is on top of the train? And then he just disappears?
I think I heard two different things about it. The first, because it's voiced by Tom Hanks too, the first was that it's like an alter ego of the conductor. I also heard it was like what the kid turns into in the future. And then I heard he's just like a hobo who guides kids to the afterlife, so I'm not really sure which one of those three is correct, but
I really hope it's the guy that leads him to the afterlife, because that would make that movie so much better.
Dude, if that got a sequel...
Murder on the Polar Express.
Yes, dude. Oh, that sounds like an Agatha Christie book or something. That would be great. I would pay to see that movie. I would love to be in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Right next to Tom Hanks in the recording booth.
I feel like...
Well, he's screaming hot chocolate, and I'm in the corner crying.
I feel like if I ever somehow... unlikely, but if I ever got to speak to Tom, I keep wanting to say Tom Cruise. No, if I ever got the opportunity to speak with Tom Hanks, I feel like he would just laugh in his iconic voice and then like walk away, and then I would just be left there.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is. I feel like he's like a big prankster on set.
You remember on the set of Suicide Squad when Jared Leto like sent a bunch of stuff to his co-hosts and that?
Oh yeah. And he sent him like used condoms and stuff and a dead pig or something like that.
Yeah, and he only got 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah. He took that role way too seriously for 5 minutes of screen time.
How could Tom Hanks one up any of those pranks? What could he do?
Put a dead pig inside of a used condom.
I mean, yeah, I guess that he could do that.
No, Tom Hanks could one-up that by taking a train and driving it down a road that has no train tracks and taking kids and
Dude,
bringing
they did
them
the Polar Express on the ice, remember?
And bringing them to the North Pole.
Dude, you remember that scene when it goes off the rails and they yank that dude's beard?
Oh yeah, and they talk to the elk or the reindeer.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yes. It's my favorite part of the entire movie.
Seeing as how Tom Hanks was in the movie Sully, which is the one that was based off of the true story about that the pilot that landed his plane to the Hudson River.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't see it, but I remember seeing trailers.
Yes, he could fly a plane and crash it into a set or something as a practical joke.
he could join a football team and run really fast.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the next.
Tom Hanks.
So what is your favorite Christmas movie then?
My favorite Christmas movie is I'm gonna say The Grinch, Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Okay, see, I don't like Jim Carrey's Grinch, actually. It creeps me out. I'm fine with it being an animated cartoon, but to see a man dressed as a beast for Christmas, it just rubs me the wrong way.
Yo, okay. The Grinch is a person, too.
Is he, though?
He is.
How do you know that?
Well, first off, okay, he has 5 fingers, all right? That means he has thumbs. Opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that have those.
Are you sure about that? I thought monkeys had thumbs.
But they're not opposable.
Oh, do monkeys have...
He has 2 feet. He wears clothes. He talks like a human. He eats garbage like a human.
Most primates have opposable thumbs, so I mean that. Yeah, I'm just crediting you that already. So carry on.
So you want to call the Grinch an ape? All right. Well, we'll see when he's going down your chimney and stealing your Christmas tree and your presents. We know why.
Dude, he's like a green ape. Maybe he got like thrown in some radioactive goo, and that's why he's green.
I didn't even see the new Grinch movie because I knew it was
Me
probably
neither.
not going to be the best. But Jim Carrey's Grinch, they even gave him an origin, man. They taught me how babies were born.
I don't think that's... See, again, I don't think that's necessary for a Christmas movie. That doesn't embody the spirit of Christmas. That's just cringe. And
no, it does embody the spirit of Christmas because Jesus was born on Christmas and he was a baby. So showing us how babies are made in the Grinch movie.
You want to talk about real births and compare that to Jesus? That's like comparing apples to crates full of boots. Those are 2 very different situations there.
They're basically the same.
No,
they're
not.
Theory, the Grinch is Jesus.
Yeah, considering his heart was 3 times too small, I'm sure that's right.
Yeah.
And he owned a pet dog and stole Christmas from all the
that
Israelites.
Christmas song? You know that Christmas song, Away in a Manger? And it says, the little Lord Jesus, no crying he made. I didn't see the Grinch crying when he came down in that little parachute thing. No tears.
So you're comparing babies you're considering that since the Grinch did not cry and the Bible describes Jesus as not crying, therefore the Grinch is Jesus.
Not the Bible. The song Away in a Manger.
Was the Grinch born in a barn?
I mean, basically, it looked like he had 2 lesbian moms, so basically a barn.
Were there other animals around him though?
There was a dog, Max.
Yes. Any besides the dog?
Some of those who's look like animals. They all look like rats. With their noses.
I mean, you're not wrong, little Susie Blue Who. Looks like something I would kill with bait in my kitchen.
Cindy.
Cindy.
And the Grinch has the best, made one of the best classic Christmas songs. Where Are You Christmas?
What? I was in the back of my mind, I was thinking you're Amino and Mr. Grinch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, let's not forget. Yeah, let's just brush that one aside.
But mostly Where Are You Christmas?
I've never heard those words combined in that sentence in my life.
Where Are You Christmas? You've heard that.
I want December 25th. I can answer it right there. That's where Christmas is on the calendar.
You've never heard that song, and you've watched the Jim Carrey Grinch one? Cindy Lou sings it when she has the little box.
Do you think I
With
can
the
hear a rat
ballerina?
sing? I kill rats. I don't.
Ratatouille.
Okay, that's an exception. That man makes some mean pasta, just like my boy Luigi. But that's for a different.
Yeah, that's a different podcast. All right, but
Um,
okay, but yeah. Also, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
What does that have-
You're as cuddly as a cactus. Classic
What
Christmas
does it have to do with
song.
Jesus?
Okay, so we'll compare these parallels here. All right. So okay,
Okay, I'm listening.
the song says, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," but in reality, it actually means, "Dang, Grinch, you're so loving and caring." His heart grew 6 times.
3 times.
Same.
And his
thing.
heart was already 3 times too small.
Same thing. See, now he has a normal heart. I bet Jesus had a normal heart. Boom. Grinch is Jesus.
I have a normal heart. Does that mean I'm Jesus?
Are you green?
Maybe. What's the two of ya?
Do you have hair where there shouldn't be hair? Yeah, have fun answering that one. Exactly. Point proven.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna pretend that these last 5 or 6 minutes have never happened.
Bet.
Try to preserve the image of Christmas from disgusting imagery of. Yeah, never mind that.
Okay, what's another classic Christmas movie here? We got Die Hard.
Why? I
don't
know it takes place on Christmas, but you might as well say that Paul Blart Mall Cop's Christmas movie. I mean, it kind of is, but
that is a Christmas movie. Yeah, you're right.
well, the message is just about Kevin Martman who saves the day on his Segway. What's that got to do with Christmas? And then there's that girl who he thinks is into him,
But she's
he,
actually not.
but she's actually not.
Yeah.
And he uses some of that Satan's crotch tobacco or Tabasco sauce to like shoot in that dude's eye and get away.
Yeah. Paul Blart
Yeah.
is everything I want to be as a cop.
Have you ever seen Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 though?
No, because sequels are normally worse. So I was like,
You are correct.
I'm not
It's not good. It's not good.
I'm not gonna ruin Paul Blart like that.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
I'm just gonna
that
stick
much.
with the loving version of the first one. So
Yeah, I was watching Paul Blart one time with this is a true story. I was watching it with some friends of mine. Like this is like 7 years ago or something. I don't know. And there's this one scene where Paul Blart is trying to like look badass in front of this girl, and she's in front of him, and he starts radioing like his HQ, and he's like, "Yeah, I checked the sector. We're all clear." And the guy calls back. He's like, "Paul Blart, what the hell are you doing on the radio?" And one of my friends laughed so hard that he stopped breathing for like 2 minutes.
oh my gosh, friend could have
Yeah.
died because of Paul Blart.
I got really scared. I thought I was going to be an accessory to murder. Luckily, I wasn't, though. Had another kid have a heart attack in the middle of a Christmas service one time.
I've
It
never
was-
seen Die Hard.
I've never seen Die Hard either. I just know that Bruce Willis is in it.
Yeah,
And
and
Hans
it's a Christmas
Gruber
movie. That's all I
is
got.
yeah.
Um,
Bruce Willis saves the day. He beats up some Germans.
oh, what's that one? A Christmas Story.
Oh,
The kid.
dude.
My favorite.
With Ralphie?
Yeah, my favorite part of that movie is when the kid sticks his tongue to the pole because
No,
of a
dude.
triple dog dare.
This is I've told my mom this several times, and every time I remind her of this, she gets very mad at me. Do you know who the best character in that movie is? It's the dad. He is my role model, dude.
Is
Like,
he? Is it because
in all of his scenes, he's basically like down in the basement swearing at his furnace, and it is like it's hilarious.
you'll shoot your eye out?
That was Santa that said that.
Oh,
I like The Wizard of Oz.
that's not a Christmas movie.
That was a line in the movie, though, so it's okay.
Oh,
And then they have the leg lamp or whatever, and the dad gets so sad when it's broken. They have a funeral for it. That guy is just OG, dude. Like,
he has to wear an Easter Bunny costume on Christmas.
I want everybody listening to this to watch Christmas Story, the first one, and just take in the dad's natural raw humor that just comes off of his body. It's beautiful.
I want a Christmas movie that's just like 100% dad jokes. Can we get that to be a thing?
Well, who would be the actors?
We'll just get a whole bunch of real life dads.
Who would watch that?
Everybody. Because the dads that acted in it they'd make their families watch it. Because you know how
many
dads
are in the world?
If we get every dad in the entire world to be in this movie, this would be the biggest blockbuster of 2019.
Why not 2018? You still have a couple days.
I think if we grind hard enough, we could do it before 2018's over.
This is going to be a much more ambitious crossover than Infinity War ever was.
Yeah.
Do they make any Christmas video games?
Batman Arkham Origins could be a Christmas game. It takes place during Christmas. Kind of like Die Hard.
And Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah, and Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Dude, we need a Paul Blart Mall Cop video game adaptation.
Yo, please.
It's like...
Rocksteady, please give me a Paul Blart Mall Cop game.
It's like him racing on his Segway past McDonald's.
You would be really good. They could do Paul Blart Racing.
Oh, Paul Blart Racing.
Yeah,
dude, the new Mario Kart.
And when you choose Paul Blart, your cart is a Segway.
Oh, dude, they just got to make him Paul Blart DLC character for Smash. Except he's on his Segway the whole time.
At Nintendo.
And he just runs his opponents over with his Segway.
At Nintendo, please. If you're not gonna put Waluigi in it, please put Paul Blart in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
If they can have Solid Snake in a Nintendo game,
I think
they sure as heck can get Kevin James.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
he needs this.
And if Tekken can get Jeffrey Dean Morgan for Negan.
Dude, yes. Another DLC character.
If Negan was in Smash Bros, oof, that'd be good. How much more lovely would it be if you saw Mario getting his head smashed in by Lucille?
Well, they'd really have to tone it down. If they brought Mario to like a Mortal Kombat game, that would be really cool.
Dude, Mario to a Mortal Kombat, dude. Heck,
he just like throws a fireball and you see like a man's arm burn off,
dude,
and it just cauterizes his wound right away.
That'd be sick. Dude, I love that. They made a Christmas version of Lucille.
Did they now?
Yeah, wrapped
Is it just lights?
Yeah, it's just lights. They wrapped her in Christmas.
Wow,
they wrapped
how
her
original.
in Christmas lights and.
Let's try to make from scratch what the perfect Christmas video game would be.
Okay, so it would be open world, of course. All right, that's number one. Open world. The entirety of the entire world.
Or let's do this like you give your pitch of one and I'll give my pitch of one.
Okay. So what in my picture? Okay, it's got to be open world. Okay, and you definitely play as Santa. And you'd be able to go anywhere you want because it's open world, you know. So anywhere in the world, just run around as Santa. Side quests be like go sit at the mall. But the main quest is deliver all those presents on Christmas Day. And after Christmas Day is over, you got 365 days that pass by in, like, we'll say every 10 minutes is a day, all right? So you'll just goof around in the city, take a little vacation to Santa, and then Christmas Day comes. You're back on that grind, going to malls, letting kids sit on your lap, peeing on you. That's my ideal Christmas game.
Okay, thank you for that,
Yeah,
for
you're
sharing
welcome.
that with the class.
You're welcome.
Since you did open world, would it be fair if I chose a different genre? This is what I'm thinking for a Christmas game.
All right.
My first impulse, which is not the one I'm going with, my first thought was to have a flash game on your mobile phone where, like, you act as an elf and you have to, like, get the right present that Santa wants you to and, like, wrap it up and send it out. But we don't need that. We need what 2018 video games are just oozing, and that is hardships, character development, and great graphics. So my proposition is that I'm going to have Naughty Dog Studios, the people behind The Last of Us, we're going to make a video game where it's linear, third-person over-the-shoulder view, where you are Santa and it's Christmas night, but somebody shoots Rudolph while you're, like, mid-flight, and all of a sudden you're on the ground and you're on your feet, and you're basically trying to make it back to the North Pole, when at the same time you're being hunted by zombies that came because Jack Frost released their souls from hell to unleash their wrath upon Santa. So it's you can play it a couple ways. You could do it either stealth, or you could just go guns blazing and try to survive to make it home to the North Pole. That's my pitch.
Yeah, that sounds actually really good. I would play the heck out of that. I really would.
And I'm thinking about a scene where Santa finds a little boy in, like, a house or whatever who's injured, and Santa's like, I'm gonna heal you and take you back to the North Pole with me, and like, the boy turns out to be evil and, like, stabs Santa in the gut, and Santa doesn't make it home.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to spoil the ending of the game like that for me?
Well, I mean,
Gosh.
it's that what if we did multiple endings? Like, that's one of the endings.
Oh,
Another one is that you actually make it home. So it'll be like Detroit Become Human.
okay, deal. And while we're on the topic of Santa, do you think Santa is real? Because I definitely do. I believe in Santa. And if you're a parent and you're telling your kids that Santa's not real, you're wrong. Let the kids believe what they want to believe, okay? Someday they'll learn on their own the truth. But
I believe that I can
not for
murder
you.
whoever I want to.
Shut up, Samuel. Okay, I'm talking to the parents now. Let them believe whatever they want about Santa. Someday they'll learn the truth, but that's not for you to go ruin all their little hopes and dreams about, you know? Santa Claus is real.
You know, there's I don't know if you would call it a trope, but in works of literature as well as movies, normally when an authoritative figure holds an important secret from their student or child, when the student finds out on their own, they take revenge on the parent. Just saying.
So what? We got like 2 more serial killers in the world. Ooh. I'm kidding. I don't think
like
many
20
kids
million.
would take revenge on their parents for not telling them that Santa's real.
This is getting really heavy all of a sudden.
I don't think kids would do that.
Okay.
Think
Good.
Parents
good
are
talk.
safe. Nah, but for real, it's your kid. Do whatever you want. Tell them. Don't tell them. Me personally, I'm just gonna keep one long prank going on my kids someday. Gonna make them think Santa's real all 18 years of their life.
Well, That's literally what my mom still does to me today.
And I feel my kids are gonna be like, they're gonna think that I actually believe Santa's real. So they're gonna feel really bad and not like, they're gonna be like, should we tell Dad that Santa's not real? They're gonna be like that. They'll be whispering behind my back.
Yeah, I mean, my mom
I can
thinks
just see it.
thinks he's real, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's still a lie.
Oh man, but for the 18 years of my kids' life that they're with me,
when did you find out
Santa's real? When did I find out what?
that
That Santa's real?
Yes.
It was just something that I kind of always knew. My family never really did like Santa stuff. I knew all my presents came from my parents from like day one.
So I went through this like this was a journey for me, honestly, because like it got to the age where I was like, what's Santa doing buying all these toys in China? And my mom's like, oh, well, he can't keep up with the workload anymore, so he has to buy them. And flash forward to 6th grade Christmas concert. My dad's driving me home, and we go into the parking lot, and he's like, if you're under 85, turn the podcast off right now. Save yourself. My dad turns to me and he says, son, there's something you need to know. I ask, is it that I'm adopted? Because that's another theory I have. I actually don't think my parents are my parents. Sometimes it's weird. But he says, Santa Claus isn't real. And, like, you ever have it where something is so emotionally traumatic that, like, everything, like, you feel like you have this, like, deep blackness inside of you and you can't move?
Yeah.
I had that. And
oh my God.
And my mom, I tell my mom, I'm like, my dad told me Santa's not real, and she's like, that's a lie, he is real. And she shows me this Wikipedia page, and I believed again, I guess you could say. And then I was in 8th, flash forward to 8th grade, and there's a poll going around of whether you believe Santa is real or not, and me and one other person were the only people who said yes. And looking back at it,
did you get destroyed?
I got very destroyed, and I feel very embarrassed looking back at it that my parents had kept up the charade, or my mom had kept up the charade that Santa is real. And in partial, it was also my fault, because I guess I didn't have the judgment to be like, you know, let's realistically think about this for a second here, you know. And I started going to websites, not those kinds.
I think I downloaded the wrong Grinch movie.
I think I downloaded the wrong Santa Claus movie. That's not Tim Allen.
Hey man, props to your mom for trying to keep it going, but that's traumatic on you, because you probably got bullied.
I did get bullied, and that's what sucked about it. I mean,
there was a real guy that was Santa.
Yes.
But he's dead now. So
we could talk about Krampus too.
That's all right. Krampus eats everybody.
Krampus eats Santa for breakfast.
If you're naughty, he's gonna get you. So kids, do your chores.
Don't you be naughty.
Do your chores. Eat all your food, vegetables. Go to school. Otherwise, Krampus will eat you.
And if you don't go to school, well then, say your prayers.
Oh, Krampus is coming for me right now because I'm not in school.
Oh no!
I can hear him.
He's knocking on the door.
He's in my closet.
Did he come out of the closet yet?
Nah, he's still He's still in there. I don't think he's coming out for a while yet. I don't think he
He's
knows.
been coming out for a while.
I don't think he knows it's 2018 and it's all right to come out of the closet.
I should probably leave you two alone then. Have some personal time with Krampus.
I'll try to lure him out. So thank you guys for listening to this Christmas podcast. Have a merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a great time with your families. And
what's a family?
We'll catch you next week in the next week's podcast.
See ya.